Well, the onset of fall weather, Coach, certainly a welcome occurrence for folks in Silicon Valley, and we've got football on a gorgeous day here in Santa Clara as we are situated at Levi's Stadium. Today, we've got a good NFC matchup on tap between the Green Bay Packers and the San Francisco 49ers. So here comes the Packers offense now onto the field. They'll be led out by the former Cal Bear, Aaron Rodgers.
He had the numbers of a game last week that if you win, you talk about him being a gritty guy, managing the game, getting it done. But they lost. So obviously 2 interceptions, 1 touchdown pass, that's not going to be good enough. Got to get that changed around.
Now a nice play defensively on first down as this is knocked away and incomplete.
Really nice play by the guys on the defensive side of the ball, but for the guys on the offensive line, they're doing a nice job of trying to protect their passer. But when a guy hops in the air and goes airborne to try and knock one away, it's difficult because you can't reach out and grab him. That'll be a holding penalty. So all you're trying to do is make some type of a play on him, make some type of contact to try and get his arms out of the sky.
The last play on the completion got them half of what they needed. Now here's a tough 3rd and 5. Rodgers now to throw. So the defense able to get off the field here on 3rd down.
And it's one of the goals of the game. They've got to be effective on passing downs. It's one of the few things defenses chart. How did we do on 3rd down? That's a nice start for them in this one.
Maddie's into K-pop.
A big kick that time, 52 yards. And out will come the offense as they take over. Garoppolo going to bring the Niners up here 1st and 10 at the 20. They'll start out on the ground with Coleman. He is taken down at the 21 after a short gain of 2.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
A throw over the middle, taken in. And he takes us up to the 40-yard line before being corralled.
They've got good playmakers on the offensive side of the ball. I don't know what happened last week to really hurt their performance and hold down their production, but I would dare say that this week in practice, there's a lot of talk about how they're going to increase their proficiency.
Yeah, it was a good start getting the playmakers involved. You mentioned that to me pregame. That's what they did there.
Yeah, I think a lot of people think the coaching staff really gets on them, and that's how they motivate them. Most of these guys are self-motivated. They have a lot of pride in their performance.
So into Packer territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 47. They'll run with Coleman on 1st down. And this time he's able to take it down to the 42. They give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable 2nd down. A very solid gain on that play.
The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6.
Get in the weight room. Watch the safety creep.
They're going to run the sweep. It's Samuel. He's got a 1st down and more inside the 30. And he's finally down at the 21-yard line. A gain there of 21 yards.
This is one of those plays that could go either way, but we've seen the influence of the college game now in the NFL, where we're seeing more and more of these plays run, and that one went for a big gain.
Set the tone, defense. Set the tone, defense. Let's go. Switch it, switch it, switch it. Come on, switch it.
Garoppolo on 1st down. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down.
That's very well timed there defensively.
Yo,
it's
dog.
not a bad
Heard you like
throw,
basic
but the
AO.
collision came at the exact time he was reaching to bring in the football. Really, really well done.
Decent offense, just better defense. I think you're right. Throwing again on 2nd and 10. Garoppolo And he hauls it in the end zone. Touchdown, San Francisco. Marquise Goodwin, his third touchdown now on the year, as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And it's now a 7-0 game. So that a 7-play, 80-yard drive. And it's polished off by a touchdown for San Francisco.
For the Star Bulls.
Here we go. Here we go. Here we go.
And Green Bay getting ready to go as they take the field. And the last drive, the first drive for them, not very good. 3 and out. What do they go to here?
Well, you don't look down at your play sheet and say, this is what the problem is. Yeah, let's find out who my playmakers are. Get the ball in their hands, and maybe the offense will move a little bit better.
Sometimes it's more important to get it to the right people rather than dialing up the right number.
Exactly.
Or the right play, yeah.
That too. They'd love to just strike back with a touchdown right here, and if it's a long play, so be it. But the main goal, get a couple of first downs, run some plays, run some clock, allow their defense to get a chance to catch their breath, settle down, and relax a little bit after they just gave up a score.
Now the man from UTEP, this is Aaron Jones. And able to stay on his feet past the 30 to about the 33-yard line.
On any running play that's called, they're always hoping that it's going to break big and go the distance. But when you get a nice game like that, you're able to do so many things anyway. You can come back and run essentially the same play again, continue to move the ball on the ground, or you can decide to throw the ball now because usually you have the defense back on its heels.
And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. That burst good for 20 and a first down. Now, look, that wasn't a huge game, but those are the types of carries I think they were missing in their loss last week. They couldn't get him going on the ground.
Did you get the same feeling I did during our meetings, that they kind of regretted that he didn't touch the ball?
Absolutely.
You know, hey, he should have touched him more last week. They weren't going to make that same mistake, and they've taken care of that early.
Here's Rodgers to throw. Got an open man. It's Valdez-Scantling. A good pickup there. 8 yards on the first down completion. Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch, good for 8 yards.
Check three.
Rodgers with a give. It's Aaron Jones. And forget about finding a lane. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield. Plays like we just saw there. That's why they're up right now. And the defense, they're doing their job.
Yeah, it starts with the guys up front. So when you talk with GMs who are putting together a team, a lot of them say we're going to build from the inside out, because if you control the line of scrimmage, you control the rest of the ball game, and that's what we're seeing here. They're actually playing in the offense's backfield, not necessarily just playing at the line of scrimmage.
An effective 7-yard third down conversion. We've seen quite a bit of the short passing game here early on first quarter, haven't we?
We have, and I think it works a couple of ways for this team, because, number one, you throw the short game until they stop it. And if they're not going to stop it, you keep throwing it, and occasionally you break a tackle and turn it into a bigger gain. Also, if they start to creep up, start to pressure receivers, now you go over the top, take it deep, and now you get some of those big shots downfield.
A great job there, Charles, just to hold on, absorb that contact. I guess that's the risk you take, catching the ball toward the middle of the field.
It is, and if you're going to gain yardage, you're going to have to go there at some point. But how about the read, okay? The eyes in that play, stepping out from the middle of the field and really making a big hit. Did not get free, but boy, that's a tough area to go into when you're going into his spot.
Rodgers will bring him up to the line, 1st and 10. And he's hit on all 5 of his pass attempts on this drive so far. Now Rodgers. Blitz coming, and down he goes. D Ford leading the surge there as he drops him for a loss of 6.
They just gave up a sack there, and if I'm not mistaken, they gave up 4 last week, didn't they?
Yes. And just looking really porous, aren't they?
They really are, and I'm wondering if they're going to have to start thinking about keeping the tight end in, maybe a back, someone to help assist, because right now, the quarterback's been getting hit a lot in the last couple of games.
After 1, 7-0 on EA Sports. On 2nd down, it's Jones. A strong broken tackle on that one. And then they get him to the ground just shy of the 15. An 8-yard gain, so that gets him halfway there. Now they're left with a 3rd and 8 more. Throwing is Rodgers on 3rd down. He hauls it in. Valdez-Scantling for the Packers touchdown. Marquez Valdez-Scantling, his 2nd touchdown on the season, as they are now on the board here in the first half. The kick is through the uprights to tie this game, but hang on a second.
Where?
We do have a flag. So they will accept the penalty and move forward. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away.
Smack his ass.
And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. And San Francisco gets set to go here. And they had to wait a long time to get the football back. Probably not what you were hoping for when you got an offense that's humming.
Agreed. What you were looking for is the defense get the ball back pretty quickly, right? Hoping for a 3 and out. So that didn't happen. You can't yell at your D for that. They've got to take care of their own business and reestablish themselves now that they're back on the field.
They begin the drive with Coleman. And he will lose yardage and be backed up to the 24. That's going to go as a loss of 1 on 1st down. Moving backwards on 1st down, never a good thing. What does that do for the mindset on 2nd down?
Well, it changes your play call, definitely, because as a play call, you're advancing yourself thinking, okay, we're going to get a gain here. Now you've got to go back in reverse, come up with something to pick up not just the yardage lost, but gain a few extra.
And they work this well upfield across the 45. 23 yards the pickup there.
Here we go. 180. 50. Let's get off the field, D. Let's get off the field, D. Check, 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 check. Watch twist, watch twist, watch twist. Twist, 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 twist.
They'll run on 1st down. Coleman. And they're right past midfield, just a yard or 2 shy of the 40. They'll get a dozen there, and it's a 1st down, 49ers.
Tremendous blocking by the interior of the offensive line. They didn't just gash him there. They blasted a gaping hole for him to gallop through. I think if he comes back to the huddle, he better be giving them a whole lot of credit and thanking them for that much space to rumble.
Right back to Coleman here on 1st down. He's got a 1st down and more inside the 30. And down to the 7-yard line. It's a gain of 35. He had his eyes on the end zone once he hit the secondary, but they're finally able to slow him down.
Yeah, and I've got to look at this one from the defensive point of view. You just mentioned finally able to slow him down. They've got to figure out a way to make that at the point of attack, at the line of scrimmage, because once he gets through, he's shredding them.
They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. They give him 5 that time as they draw a bit closer here for a 2nd and goal. When we talk about being on schedule, I think they're on schedule after that run, getting it right down there on the doorstep.
Maybe even a little bit ahead, because now the defense can't dictate with pressure. They're guessing it.
And he'll take this into the end zone for a San Francisco touchdown. Jerick McKinnon, his 1st touchdown on the year. And the 49ers have now taken the lead. Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And that makes the score 14-7. So the drive there took 6 plays. And it's culminated by a 2-yard touchdown run. Following the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Carlson. This one fielded at the 5. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28-yard line. Here's Aaron Jones in the offense trotting back out. He's been good. They've utilized him well, but they're losing here in the 2nd quarter. What might they change offensively?
I think that what you try and do is expand how you get the ball to him a little bit. Get him out in open space, maybe swing the ball to him. What's that they used to call in the West Coast offense, the long handoff? Yeah. Serve as your running play that way. as well as continue to feed him the football. Some of these runs now may pop bigger later in the game because of the effects of running it. Sometimes people, after a while, they don't want to tackle him anymore, or they get tired, or they get out of position, or he runs through tackles. Continue to feed him the ball. He's having that kind of game.
Yeah, might they get him the ball in some space in some different ways here. Off the play fake to Jones. Here's Rodgers. Caught by Jones. And he goes out right around the 39. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense. That didn't appear to be a run blitz. He just darted in once he saw the run develop. That appeared to be a case of see ball, get ball.
On second down, it's Jones. It's a gain of 6, moves him to a manageable 3rd and 2 situation.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
Rodgers looking to throw on 3rd and 2. He's got Adams on the hookup. And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field. Little costly there. You wipe out the first down. You also move further back.
No doubt about it. So you went from moving the sticks to them staying in the same spot, except for that one guy carrying the yard marker. He moves back farther.
They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. Now it's Rodgers going for the deep ball. And that'll wind up incomplete. Trying to give his man room to run under it, but it's second down.
You've always been very good about checking my math. Am I correct? That's the first time that it's been incomplete when they've thrown it to him?
Yes, he had caught every other ball coming his way.
So they feel like they've got something really good going there, and they're going to continue to go there until the defense makes an adjustment and takes it away.
Well, they finally made an adjustment there. We'll see if they can build on that stop. He lost 2 there, and it's 3rd down. We've hit the 2-minute mark of the second quarter, 14-7. And we remind you, coming up at the half, we'll join who, Charles?
The coach.
The coach, Jonathan Coachman, standing by in Orlando. He'll have stats and scores from games in progress, as well as scores from earlier today.
The coach.
We get slap happy up here sometimes. And this will move the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the 49ers' 38-yard line.
And I know you can't really see it, but that play spells frustration with a capital F for the guys on defense. They covered everyone else, end up going to the running back out of the backfield, and he picks up a back-breaking first down.
Rodgers going to throw. This one to the right, caught by Valdez-Scantling. 13 yards, first down, Packers. Rodgers now on first down. And that's complete to Adams. And they've got it inside the 10 at the 8. Another nice gain. That's now 30 yards between those last 2 plays.
One thing I can say pretty safely, that route is not called if you don't have a guy who can throw the ball and put some mustard on it. Because if you're going to lollipop it in the middle of the field, bad things usually happen. It takes a strong-arm guy who can rifle it in there.
And he's going to go down. Sacked right around the 17. D. Ford picks up his 2nd sack of the afternoon. The Packers going to use one of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime. First down, a bit of a disaster, and now on 2nd and goal, back even further. To throw is Rodgers. Open on the left side, this is Valdez-Scantling. Now the Packers going to go ahead and use the 2nd of their timeouts as the stoppage will come with a little under a minute to go in this first half. So 3rd and goal, and the 49er faithful making some noise for their defense. Shotgun now for Rodgers. Making the catch is Sternberger. And here he'll get it down to the 7. The 49ers now going to use the first of their timeouts as the clock shows 50 seconds to play here in half number 1. And his kick is good. And they'll cut the lead back down to 4 now at 14-10. So they get 3, certainly hoping for 6 after a 13-play drive.
So you console yourself on defense by saying you did your job, right? If they go 13 plays, you only give up a field goal, you did a nice job there. But here's the other part. 13 plays, you don't force any mistakes, you don't take the ball away. Maybe that's the way they should look at it.
Tevin Coleman and the rest of the offense making their way back out. We're in the second quarter. They've got the lead. The lead, though, not so much because of the ground game, because of their air attack, Charles.
So what they're seeing so far is the possibility of things loosening up later in the ground game. Through the air first, maybe they have to start respecting that even more as the game goes on, and then there will be running lanes to find later.
Yeah, trying to get him more involved here on this drive, maybe. Throwing to start the drive, but that one incomplete.
And that's one he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You'd have to think on early downs like that first down there, need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him, got a couple more downs to play with.
And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. Now San Francisco going to call their second timeout as the clock will stop with 34 seconds to go before halftime. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33.
Hey, tight end's right. Watch tight end.
Now Garoppolo. Open man is Samuel, complete. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. 15 for the Niners there and a first down.
The goal for any offense versus his own defense, find the holes where guys are available and put the ball in the receiver before any defender can step up and fill it.
They did it well there. Perfectly executed crossing route. And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete. The intended receiver, Marquise Goodwin, but it'll be second down.
Here we go.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Garoppolo, a final shot here before half. He's going to take a shot at the end zone, and it's complete. In the end zone, touchdown 49ers. Jimmy Garoppolo with his second touchdown pass of this first half. And the Niners are able to stretch their lead. And just before the half ends, the prayer is answered. Defensively, a disaster there.
I know often we're surprised when this actually works.
Yeah.
I mean, the excitement level
for
goes up.
Marquise Goodwin.
Folks eager to get back to this Week 4 matchup.
Fastest player in the league, and that motherfucker's got mossed.
It's the 49ers out in front, and they will get the football first as well as we are back and started in the second half. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And no run back here. This will be a touchback. The San Francisco offense ready to start their next drive. They built a good first half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spent the entire halftime just working with them on, here's what we think they're going to do to attack us in the second half. Nice first half that we've had, guys, but be prepared for some change-ups. We're going to see them when we kick it off in the second half.
See how they handle any adjustments that might be made defensively. Looking to throw. Garoppolo. That's complete to his
because motherfuckers getting mossed.
And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. He'll get 17 on that one, and the Niners have a first down. He's certainly been a huge factor in this when he's got the 2 touchdowns to his credit. Now they look to him again. He picks up the first.
Yeah, I can hear everyone saying, well, why don't you cover him, double him, triple him, do what you have to do. But sometimes they get locked into such a groove and such a connection, it doesn't matter how many guys are in his area.
He certainly looks to be in that groove right now. On first down, it's Coleman, and he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. A gain of 10 and a 49er first down.
Would you say this offense is locked in right now?
They're having no trouble on this drive. What is it, 3 plays, 3 first downs?
Yeah, you talk about on the march. They keep this up, they'll get to that end zone real fast.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Coleman. And tough sledding. He'll get maybe a yard. Stop short of the 35.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
And that one covered beautifully. Their defenders stayed home, and they'll stop him behind the line. The tally there, -2 yards, brings up 3rd down.
I like the idea to mix it up from time to time because, let's face it, you can't be predictable. But the execution was a little lacking on this one, right? They might want to go back to the drawing board with that call.
It looks like the Packers have added an extra DB on 3rd down. Here's Garoppolo to throw. Got his target, Samuel. And they're going to be set up down around the 15-yard line. A good pickup there at 22. Whatever the discussions were at halftime to try to slow down this offense, it has not worked to this point.
Yeah, I have a vision right now of everything that was discussed at the half just being torn in shreds or being erased off of the Microsoft Surface tablets because none of it is working. They are really locked in on offense.
This is Coleman. He takes us down to about the 12 for a gain of 3.
3rd quarter and you've got the lead. You're not ready to go into that 4-minute offense to close the game out, but a running game can really benefit your team right now.
The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. Garoppolo. And he's got it. And across the chalk into the end zone. It's a 49er touchdown. A 12-yard touchdown grab. Here the Niners are able to stretch their lead. A good, sustained drive there in this 3rd quarter, capping it off with a touchdown to give them a nice 2-score advantage.
It was actually a fun one to watch, wasn't it? I mean, for me, seeing the mix of what they did, how they moved the ball downfield, very sharp, too. Each and every play seemed to be executed with great dispatch.
And the coach has decided to challenge this play. He has tossed down the red flag.
Wow, they fucked me out of it
anyway. The coach relied on his eagle eye in the sky to make the right call and was told to challenge it, and it looks like it's paid off.
Yeah, he even gave me the celebration animation and everything.
When you throw that flag, it's probably a pretty tense moment. Here it pays off.
Yeah, you have that little bit of indecision.
Rush coming, and he's taken down.
Well, if you're going to throw the ball on 1st and goal from the 2, the worst thing that should result is an incompletion for you offensively.
Yeah, I won the challenge. They moved me up 1 yard.
This is a different type of football. Back in my day, 1st and goal from the 2, a lot of big people with big neck rolls, they were on the field trying to ram it into the end zone.
Another try after the 1st down sack. Garoppolo.
Oh.
And it's intercepted at the goal line. Picked off with great anticipation.
Well, that's a drive killer right there. Not a really confident throw either. This one was kind of up for grabs, and it's going to come down the hands of the wrong team.
On what should have been a touchdown. I shouldn't even had to.
Rodgers will break the huddle and bring the pack up 1st and 10 at their own 11. To throw, it's Rodgers. Pass hauled in by the 6'4" tight end Sternberger. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch. You know, despite the scoreline, I think they've got to like where they are here. They're on the road and just one big play away from getting right back in this game.
I'm going to follow right along with you because the spot they're in now is a credit to their defense. They've kept them in it by making the plays that they've made, and that just means you're not good. Score away from being right back there.
Now, the question is, can this offense step up and make that play? Because that's been an issue for them in this game. Here's Rodgers. Now look out, Rodgers lost the football. And that was scooped up by the 49ers. And he will bring this one back. It's a fumble return from a 49er touchdown. The offense, they've had some sloppy moments. Sloppy there again on that one, and it could be the backbreaker.
From a defensive perspective, if the offense is going to be sloppy, you've got to take advantage of that. And that's what they've done all game long.
Got my touchdown back.
Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And the lead is up to 18 now. So not only the cough up, but then the pickup on the other side, the scoop, and the score the other way. The fumble return for a touchdown. So here's the kickoff now as they'll get it again following that fumble
scored
return.
Scored a touchdown with George Kittle. Got tackled out of the end zone, and they tried to say, oh, it's first and goal at the 3.
Solid return, pretty good field position.
Like
They'll start
literally
at the
tackled me in the end zone,
line.
but kind of picked me up and pulled me back to the 3. And they tried to say that's where the touchdown
offense
was.
now about ready to take possession here. And they've got to be still reeling from the events of a moment ago. What a turn on that last play.
Yeah. Knocking on the door. You're about to take it in. Touchdown. You think you're going to get some points on the board. Instead, you cough it up and watch them take it the rest of the way to the opposite end zone. That's a 2-score swing that you just gave up.
No gain on the play. It'll be second down. Defense doing their job, really nowhere to run the football.
Yeah, it's almost textbook, wasn't it? Every place he tried to find an open spot, there just wasn't one. Congrats to the defense, no gain.
Call fitting your gaps, right?
I love it. You're exactly right.
That'll set them back with a loss of 3 on the play. And that'll make it 3rd and 13. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Throwing is Rodgers. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. It's a gain of 16 and a first down for the green and gold.
It certainly feels like there are more stars at the tight end position than there were even 10 years ago. And I think it's become more of a glamour position because of the ways it can hurt a defense, and guys want to be involved. They can be in line, close to the line of scrimmage.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Nick Bosa, credit him with a sack, and it goes as a loss of 6. That's number 4, sack number 4. They had 4 last week, so he's been down on the ground a lot.
Partner, they say the eye in the sky does not lie, and that's indeed the case because they watched the game tape from the previous week, incorporated it into their own defensive scheme, and continued to get after this quarterback.
And now this defense will be searching for sack number 5. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets them up for 3rd down.
The coaches always harp on the quarterback reading the defense and getting it to the open man. That's good recognition there. And how about what he did after the catch?
Yeah, hit your tight end, let him get some rack.
Yeah, when he gets moving, not many guys want to come over and put a hit on him, do they?
Rodgers now to throw. Got an open man. It's Valdez-Scantling. And he is going to get the first down as he covers up after a pretty good shot there. 7 catches for him now, and this last one, a first down. So from inside Niner territory now, this is 1st and 10 at the 44-yard line. Here's Rodgers to throw. It's caught. Cooper, 14 yards, good for a Packer first down.
Oh, the Dolphins pitch.
Hard to believe his first catch of the game. Defensively, they bottled him up. That's why they're well on their way to victory.
Put your best cover guy on him and then change the coverages behind him throughout the game. Brackets, double, zone, man, you name it. Make sure he gets a lot of angles.
Throwing on first down is Rodgers. He's got a man complete. It's Amari Cooper. And they'll be inside the 25 now at the 24. A gain of 6 there on first.
Yeah.
One thing I think it's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. They tackle them almost on the spot. That means you have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
False start, offense.
Parksma.
And maybe they were coming with a blitz that time and it caused a jump.
I think if we saw it, you know that they saw it. Might have been a little discussion down there. Bad guys coming. Pick them up. Pick them up. And someone jumped.
Now Rodgers. Caught by Jones. It'll be a gain of 6, and they're going to face a 3rd down.
You got to test the gangster.
Everyone's got to be able to catch the football. Doesn't matter what position you play, but if you're on offense, be aware a ball may come your way.
So 2 of 2 on 3rd down conversions on this drive, and now they face a 3rd and 3 here. He's got Adams on the hookup. And he takes it down to the 10-yard line. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
All right, let's just go ahead and walk through this one pretty easily, right? Blast off the line of scrimmage, get downfield to a certain point, usually around 8 to 10 yards, turn around and make sure the quarterback sees your numbers and set yourself up for the pass.
He's saying he's garbage at
curl route by Charles Davis. A nice pickup of 6 there to get him closer to the end zone, and it'll be 2nd and goal. 2nd and goal from inside the 5. Throwing now is Rodgers. To the end zone, but it's incomplete. Another incompletion. You know, it's a wonder he's still moving around back there the number of times he's been sacked.
Yeah, he's staying out there, isn't he? And you don't think about it much in a game like this, but he's showing incredible leadership. Still competing, still fighting, not taking himself out of a ball game that appears lost.
Now it's Rodgers. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete.
Damn, I'm mad I missed that sack.
So now 4th and goal. You're trailing by a decent amount here. What are you doing, Coach Davis?
Well, I've got to think to myself, just how many more opportunities am I going to have this close and have this chance? I've got to go for it right here. The clock's dwindling on me. Let's go get it done.
Rodgers going to throw. A big seam, and he might go all the way. Past the 20, 10, and into the end zone.
And a 107-yard pick six.
Score the touchdown. And that one will pretty much erase any hopes of a 4th quarter comeback.
With emphasis, interception, return for touchdown. Door closed, locked, reinforced.
107 yards to the hizzy. I mean, I totally landed out of bounds. Like,
Carlson
Reed's shoulders hit out of bounds, but they didn't call it.
He's been a busy.
Actually, let me see something. Where are my stats at? How many more yards do I need for Debo? 78. Okay, so I need 22 more yards to get that dev upgrade. Yeah. There we go. I need 22 yards to get that dev trait.
Man, 5 for 5 now as he knocks another one through to extend the lead.
I was listening to it. I didn't actually.
So the defense creating some points, not only getting the interception, but then returning it to the end zone for the pick 6. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6. And now the kick is away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. And Green Bay getting ready to go as they take the field. And last time, decent field position through the pick 6. Obviously costly.
But they can't afford to just bunker in now. Right?
Williams loses the football. And now this is scooped up by the 49ers. And it's a tremendous return.
How'd you cut in, Tart? That was another fumble 6 right there.
And I don't know that fumble is going to matter a whole lot. You look at the deficit here in the 4th. It doesn't matter. The coach on the sideline still scratching his head.
Yeah, not only scratching his head, but probably writing a note or two about, we're going to address this come practice next week because maybe that's the reason we're down this far. Doesn't matter at this point.
And he hauls it in the end zone. Touchdown, San Francisco. 3 touchdown passes now for Jimmy Garoppolo. And the Niners take advantage of field position on the turnover to cash this one in.
Shut down, though.
So another score there, and often you talk about the 3 phases of the game. Defense, offense, special teams. It's been a clean sweep in this one, hasn't it?
It certainly has. They've been pretty dominant throughout.
Debo Samuel. Touchdown, 49ers.
They had to go to the monitor, get an extra look. That's what the technology is for, and this touchdown will count. Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And that will extend this big lead.
Yeah, because when he caught the ball, he had 1 foot down already, and then he dragged the other foot.
Following the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Carlson.
His CPU did.
The Packers offense now, they get ready to head back onto the field. And they had the fumble last time that led to a touchdown. That's a no-no. We'll see what they do here this go-around.
A big no-no. Put that in capital letters. Turning it over, the other team takes it down and scores. That can be a deflator for a football team. Now it's up to the offense to get back out on the field and pick things up.
They're out there. We'll see if they can pick those things back up.
Beast Boy.
They'll break the
geek
huddle,
flag
come
fly,
up on
boys.
2nd and 8 at the 27-yard line. Now Rodgers. Throw to the right. He's got the tight end here, Sternberger. That throw good for only a couple. It brings up 3rd down.
I think it's okay there. They didn't get a whole lot on that play, but it's nice to have a safety valve that's built like this guy. Big target, guy you can spot pretty easily.
I can literally change it if I
when your
felt
other
like
targets aren't open.
We'll just have to, kind of feel
Now the
like
throw on 3rd down, knocked away and incomplete.
No, I'm saying I can change the order of the people in the draft.
Well, the trials and tribulations of being a quarterback
so I can
in
make
this
an
league, it's tough.
undrafted
It's got to be
person
wearing on him out
draftable if
there.
I so
Well, he has been
choose.
sacked a number of times. He had an interception, so I'm going to give him a skosh of credit for hanging in there and trying to make something happen, despite the amount of pressure he's been under this entire game.
6-yard
by that
return
point,
after a punt on
holiday
48.
season will be over,
And possession will switch
You'll have a
hands,
lot more
1st
free
and
time.
10. The San Francisco offense getting their last-minute instructions before they take over here. We've got a lopsided game here. I don't know, Charles, what does the handbook say that we discuss when we've got a game like this in the 4th quarter?
Hold on a second. Let me thumb to the proper page on that. Know what it says?
What?
Let's discuss how we got here. This is a dominant performance, where they took control of this game, how they've managed to keep control of this game, and then we go ahead and think about how we're going to leave here and get to the airport. In a lopsided blowout,
Debo's hurt.
the roads are usually open.
Now, after the completion, we're going to get a timeout, an injured player. While the training staff takes a peek, we'll take a break.
Here we go, here we go.
One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10.
Watch the pass. Check the
Garoppolo going to hand this one to Coleman. And 3 yards there, takes him to the 45.
That's it. That's what you want. Straight ahead, positive gain. Just keep that clock ticking.
3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. They stay on the ground. Again, it's Coleman. And they went the wrong way there. Losing yardage back at the 43-yard line.
Dislocated wrist.
Brandon, it's clearly a running situation when you're up in the 4th quarter. They're going to have to stack the box and make it difficult for them to move the ball.
Made it very difficult right there. Now they need to repeat that effort.
Yeah, bring 7, 8, 9, whatever it's going to take to slow them down.
Throwing is Garoppolo on 3rd down. And he fires one, but incomplete. And we are inside of 2 minutes left in this lopsided affair. So it's 49er football here as we get you reset. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. Only 2 punts for him last week in the loss as he gets this one away.
Didn't pull it far enough.
And that is much too long. That's into the end zone for a touchback.
He's a Browns
The Green
fan,
Bay
so good luck
offense
with
now
that.
about ready to take possession here. They are just obviously getting shellacked here in this one, Charles. What's the message if you're a coach for this final
Santa's
drive
an
in a
agent of
lopsided
chaos.
game like this?
For a lot of coaches,
Be honest.
don't forget today. Don't forget what has happened out here.
Use that as ammo going
Exactly.
forward.
Take a great look at that scoreboard. Realize how poorly everything went for us today. Coaching, playing, the whole deal. And never forget it, because
You're not going to want that feeling.
no, you don't want that feeling again. And who knows? You may meet up with this team again.
Line of scrimmage, the 28 now as they come up on
that bitch is
2nd
still
and a
sending me
couple.
apologies.
Gets this to his running back, Aaron Jones. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. Good work after the catch. Going to net him 23 and a first. Offense for them has been at a premium. You wonder where plays like that have been all game long.
They're thinking the exact same thing themselves, but they're also looking forward now because now these plays are really for next week, trying to get some momentum going.
Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete. Well, it just seems like all game long there hasn't been a lot of sync quarterback to wide receiver on this side of the football.
They haven't been on the same page, quarterback and receivers. Heck, they haven't been on the same grease board when you draw plays up. They haven't been on the same surface tablet that you look at on the sidelines. Nothing's worked for them. They've got to find a way to start matching each other's movements.
They face a 3rd and 4 after that last completion gets them 6.
Ain't no such thing as a loss. We taking wins home.
Again, they'll throw with Rodgers. And Adams has it complete. That one good for 24 yards.
But we're used to seeing the guy that you consider the #1 receiver double covered. But how about this guy? He's double covered and finds a way to make the play for a first down.
That's how you increase your Madden rating, right?
No doubt about that at all. And you know something? I think we'll hear about that from him soon.
So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10. Into the red zone. It's Rodgers. And this is caught. Well, they get one back. Picking up the late touchdown here, but still down big.
And yeah, that touchdown counts for their team, but I think it counts more for the fantasy guys, doesn't it?
Yeah, it's just something maybe positive to look at on film, but this one's over, let's be honest.
Yeah, I agree with you totally on that one.
Like New Year's Eve.
No problem there on the extra point, and that will shave one more off this lead. That drive goes 80 yards in 6
New Year's Eve we're open
plays.
until 8,
And the
and
result,
normal
a Green
hours
Bay
on
score.
New Year's Day.
This one fielded at the 5. And he'll take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line. The 49ers offense making its way back out there. They have the big lead here late. They protected their home turf well, didn't they?
They certainly did, partner. And just think about how good that feels because every team has a goal when they start the year.
Now a loose
football. What?
Coleman lost it.
Tevin Coleman fucking fumbled.
Often on fumbles, you look at the guy who coughed it up and say, geez, what did he do? But, hey, let's tip the cap to the defense here.
Not a problem at all, my man. I'm not even going to tip it. I'm going to doff my cap to him. Congratulations. Big-time play. Knocking it free, creating something good for your team.
Now the first play of the drive there is incomplete.
There's a lot of contact going on there, and in the end, unable to keep 2 hands on the football and bring it into his body.
Everything looked pretty good until the finish.
Got the X factor going.
Rodgers again here on 2nd and 10. And that's going to wind up incomplete. However, we do have a flag down. Let's check in with our referee. Well, your QB's been sacked 4 times in the game already, and they're the holding goal.
And you know darn well the offensive line coach is frustrated and upset that he's been hit that many times already. He doesn't really care that they hold now. Just don't let him get hit anymore.
On 2nd down, here's Rodgers. Looking right sideline, but it's incomplete. At this point, down big, you'd have to imagine this defense, they're just going to sit back, blanket the field as best they can.
Yeah, this is actually the easy part of the game for them because, just as you noted, they can sit back, keep everything in front of them. But they've blanketed the field the entire game using a variety of coverages.
And now the 3rd down throw incomplete as well.
Well, she's dead.
I think this is what this game's become
talking about
now.
that?
You just go deep.
No, she
see if we can get
piloted
something
the
to go
ship
our way.
that crashed
not
into
the
the
most
Star
creative
Destroyer.
or most inventive play call there, but not much has worked for them throughout this game. They're almost at a loss about what to dial up.
Here's J.K. Scott now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. Averaging over 50 yards a punt so far as this one's away. And problems spreading to the punt team now. This one goes all the way into the end zone on the fly.
Oh, yeah, he
so
died
that'll
early
come back
in
to
the
the 20.
Leia, like, did her shit with the Force.
The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. They can now enjoy the final stages of this one. A very convincing win. I don't know what was said in the locker room, but whatever it was, it worked pretty well.
It certainly did, and it's probably a capper to everything that was said during the week, because they go over every eventuality. I mean, you know how coaches are. They want to cover every minute detail, all the way up to how much time does it take to walk from the locker room to the field. You name it. When it all comes together and results in a victory,
and odds are,
everyone
with the
feels
footage
pretty
that
good
they
about
had
that.
from
Well,
the
the
last
I's
one,
were
she's
dotted,
probably
the T's were
already
crossed
barely
in
in
this one for them. And now it's 1st and 10. A big mistake, especially when you factor in the personal foul yardage. Here's Coleman. And he's going to be stopped up at about the 47-yard line. Kenny Clark, the big D tackle there to make the stop.
Niners.
Well, Charles, it's one thing to win. It's another thing to win and put up the amount of points that they did. Boy, were they clicking on offense.
They can't help but feel great about themselves, can they? I mean, what a game to put up that number of points, continually feel like they're moving the ball and things are working and clicking. They think that they can bottle this and carry it with them.
And as an offensive
Debo.
coordinator,
That's why I was forcing the ball to him.
Wrong, whatever you call
He's only up to star now, so.
That's called
But it's
being in the
something.
zone.
So for the 49ers, it'll be
but superstar would be nice. At least, if not for him, for Pettis. Wait, rush for 1 plus TD was only a 33% completion? How? Oh shit, Jarquiski Tart's got an upgrade. What we get? +1 awareness, +1 block shed, +1 hit power, +1 man, +1 play rec, +1 tackle. Alright, so shit, he's up to 87 hit power. He's got reinforcement. Nah, I don't have enforcer. I got universal coverage though. Yeah, like I said, between both reinforcement and fucking universal coverage, man, it's pretty damn dangerous to throw on his side of the field. Yeah. But yeah, look at this. He's got it increases the chances of defeating run blocks, tackling runners, and disrupting catches. And universal coverage does that. You play tighter coverage and you force more catch knockouts in both man-to-man and zone. So he's got a damn good shot of knocking the ball out every time he touches it. I don't know. Pass block, finesse, run block, finesse. Debo Samuel now has Star Dev, 10,000 XP. And 1,000 XP for my entire O-line because I ran in for 1 touchdown against a stout defensive line. Hell yeah. Yes, he can. He got cleared last year. Yeah. But he signed a new Legends deal, so that's really what it is. But he's already said that he's not coming back, to wrestle. Oh, we got 2 upgrades for Debo. Say less, my guy. Debo +3 awareness, +2 deep route. +1 excel, +2 catch in traffic, +1 release, +1 spec. Yeah, 91 speed, 92 excel. Fuck yeah. You know better than to count on coworkers for anything, Billy. Good to see that my entire defense is at least star dev again. Got Reed his dev upgrade last week. He's up to 90 zone coverage. That's what I just said. Everybody's at a minimum star. Got 3 superstars and 2 X factors. My team is fucking stacked. Yes, he is. No, Quan is 25? 26? Something like that. Shit, now I gotta look. Now, D Ford is 30. But Quan Alexander is... Oh, he's 27. But yeah. Like I said, D Ford is 30. I was gonna say... And D Ford and Xavier Rhodes are the 2 oldest people on my defense. I don't think I have anyone else over 26. Wait, no. Adrian Colbert's 27. Jaquiski Tart is 29. He's older than I thought. But DJ Reed is 24. My entire O-line is 26 or younger. No, DeForest Buckner's 27. Never mind. Oscar Kinney's 23. Bosa is 23. Hell yeah. B's a 12, washing beard. Under pressure. Yeah, like I said, Garoppolo 3 for 3 touchdowns. Yeah, that's fucking dumb, Billy. Big turnaround from last week. Went from losing 27-6 to winning 42-17. Useful. So I'm back up to 500. I'm currently a game and a half up on everybody in my division, which is unusual. At the very least, Spooky should win something. I mean, Justin was never really a threat. whoever the Seahawks was always the only threat in the division. And, crank is crank, so.